Hi everybody, I'm Brad. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, please hit the like and subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, I'm really glad to have you back. Today, I'm going to do probably a few coaster sets. I need to start getting ready for the holidays. Will be here before we know it, and I have to have time to paint them, resin them, get them packaged up, let them cure and everything. So I typically sell quite a few sets of coasters during the holidays. So I thought I'd go ahead and knock a couple sets out tonight. On this one, my colors are going to be Liquitex Basics Cadmium Yellow, then Black Diamond Cobalt Blue. This is the first time I've used this one. This one is Black Diamond Green Apple, another new one I haven't used before, but I wanted to get it mixed up. It's a pretty green. Let's see how it turns out. And Black Diamond Purple Haze, which I have used in a couple paintings. I like this. This is a really nice looking purple. It's got a lot of sparkle to it. Then I'm going to use two different cell activators. I'm going to do an Amsterdam titanium white mixed with Aussie Floetrol, and I just got in some Amsterdam greenish blue, and I figured it's an Amsterdam product. It's a cool color, and I thought I would go ahead and try it as a cell activator. I did a little tiny test, just a drop, and to see if I got cells on it, and it kind of worked. So I hope it works on this one, but we're going to take a chance and try it and see what happens. Let me get the paint moved over and get the tiles ready, and I'll be back and we'll get started. Okay, so I've got the spinner set up, I've got my tile prepped and ready. I've gone through all my paints and made sure that I like the consistency. So let's get started. First thing we do is we put our pillow paint down. And for my pillow, I use Glidden Premium Semi-Gloss Pure White. I have had some people tell me I shouldn't use semi-gloss, I should be using satin or eggshell. But hey, semi-gloss works good for me. I've used it for quite a while. I'm happy with the results I get. If you like to use something else, by all means do it. That's probably the cool thing about this art medium is I don't really think there's a right way and a wrong way to do a lot of this. I think it really comes down to what works best for you. And for me, this is what works best, so that's what I use. Alright, so our first color is going to be Liquitex Basic Cadmium Yellow. I always like to put a tube paint down before my pigments. I just get better results that way. I really struggled trying to use all pigments, but if I put a tube paint down first, I usually get pretty good results, so that's what I do. Next one is going to be Black Diamond Pigments Cobalt Blue. I love this blue. So we'll put a little bit of that down there. Just kind of move it around. I like to drizzle it. If you've watched my videos, you notice that I don't just do puddle pours where they're right on top of each other. I like to kind of drizzle them around so some of the colors show through. I get pretty good results that way, and so that's what I do. As you're laying your colors down, if you do see any bubbles from stirring it, go ahead and pop those as you go. And I decided I wanted to add an interference color, and I had some this little Piggy Glisten already mixed up. So I decided to add a little bit of that over the blue, between the blue and the green, because it is kind of a bluish green interference color. So let's see how that works out. I hope it works out good. As you know from watching my videos, if you're one of my regulars, I continue to say that I struggle with interference colors, but I don't give up, so I am getting a little more comfortable with using them. I've had some pretty good results in a couple of my paintings, and I'm gonna just keep going until I figure it out. Next one's gonna be Black Diamond Green Apple. This is my first time using this color, but I really like it. So we'll drizzle a little of that around. Then Black Diamond Pigments Purple Haze. This is one of my favorite purples right now. I was totally hooked on Arteza Pearl Plum Purple for a long time, but then I started using this one, and I just really like these Black Diamond Pigments. I get good results with them. The thing I really like is that when they dry, they're really color fast. They don't dull out, they hold their glisten. I just got these about 2-3 weeks ago, and I'm just now getting to the point where those first couple paintings I did with them are dry enough to resin. So I'll do some resin, either one night this coming week if I have time with work and everything else I've got going on. If not during the week, then I will try to do some resining next week. If you'd like to see that process and how I resin and how I prep and everything, drop me a comment down below in the comment section. And if I get enough requests, then I'll go ahead and shoot that process and get it uploaded, and everybody can see how I do that. Let me straighten that out a little bit. I bumped my table moving stuff around, and I think I've got it a little bit off level. But I wanted to go ahead and get this video before it gets too much later. So we're going to do Titanium White first by Amsterdam. It's mixed with Aussie Floetrol 3:1, and then the Amsterdam Greenish Blue, which I hope works. I really do. But if not, oh well, it's just paint. We'll mix something else up and use it. All right, let's give that a blow and see what we get. Not too bad. I wasn't sure that that blue would work. I've struggled sometimes using colors. There's a little bit of area right through here that I may need to blow a little extra and give it some help. But the cells around through here, or what people call jelly bean cells or peacock cells. And what that means is you have multiple colors within the cells. And I see some of these that have 3, maybe even 4 different colors in them. And if you can see right through where that blue was, those cells are opening up as you let the paint set, and that blue part's getting smaller and smaller. So I think I like the way that Amsterdam Bluish Green worked. I think I'm going to be pretty happy with it. We're going to let this set for just a second, because those cells seem to be opening them up, getting bigger and bigger. I've noticed that since I've changed my cell activator from a 4:1 to a 3:1, it is a little bit thicker. I get better cell reaction, but when I did the 4:1, a lot of times when I would have those areas, I would have to get a straw and blow those out. But with the little bit thicker cell activator, if I just wait and I'm patient, those cells hold their structure and their shape, and those areas disappear, and I get beautiful cell action that way. You have to be patient. I see a lot of artists on YouTube and on Facebook, they blow it out and they immediately start spinning, and I used to do that. I was one of them. But then I saw a couple artists that talked about being patient and the consistency and thickness of the cell activator, and I really listened to that. I keep a notebook next to my computer, and when I'm watching other artists and sometimes even watching my videos, I take notes of things that I find interesting, or things that work for one person, or things that don't work for me or do work for me, and I kind of keep a logbook so I can go back and make changes and adjustments, and then I'll put notes in there for what worked and what doesn't work. And those are the kind of things that have I think, helped my art get a little better. I'm not great as a lot of you have seen in my work. I have fun doing it, but I think I've gotten more consistent since I started doing that. practice is the key, patience is the key, and consistency is the key. If you can have those three things, your artwork is going to get better. All right, let's clean this up a little bit so we don't make a mess while we're spinning it. I keep a little tray off camera and I scrape my paint into that, and then when I'm just playing around, maybe testing a new consistency or something like that, I can reuse that as a pillow or a base paint without wasting the expensive, almost $30 a gallon paint. All right, let's move this a little up. Sometimes you got to rock your painting back and forth to get the middle to move. If your middle isn't moving yet when you spin it, you're not going to get a really good result. And this one, the middle does not seem to want to let go yet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the camera for a minute so you're not just staring at this and you're not just listening to me babble. Let that break loose right there in the middle, and then I'll bring you back in. We'll get it spun out. And then when we get it spun out, I'll bring you down in for a close-up. So I'll be right back. Okay, it's been about a minute and a half. Everything looks good. I do see a couple tiny little bubbles I want to pop. Before you do your spin outs, kind of look at some different angles depending on your lighting. And if you see any bubbles, pop them. I just got a new 8-foot long LED light bar to put in my art room, and I'm still kind of getting used to the light, so I have to take my time and really look. I think I got all of them. Let's give this a spin and see how it turns out. When I spin out my blooms, I like to not spin them real hard, but enough for the paint to move, and I like to go one way and then back the other way a little bit. So if you're new to doing blooms, just kind of play around. You know, try doing them all clockwise, all counterclockwise, then mix it up a little bit, because I feel it can change the results a little bit. At least it has for me. I like the colors in this though. We'll give it a couple more spins. I want to stretch out some of those cells a little bit. Open them up. And the colors in the middle of this is beautiful. These Black Diamond Pigments, I have been so happy with the results I get with these. All right, I am very happy with this one. Let me clean this up and then I'll get you in for a close-up and you can see what you think about it. Like I said, you know, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. If there's something you would do different, you're not going to offend me if you put that in the comments. I'm always open to learn. I'm still learning like everybody else is. So if you got a comment, if you got a question, leave it down there. I try to answer everybody. If it's during the week, sometimes I get real busy with work and it may be a couple of days. Don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm juggling a lot of different things right now like everybody else is. But let me see if I can get you in for a close-up and see what you think. I think it turned out very well. If you like it, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and share it with your friends if they're interested in painting. And I will see everybody next time. Thank you for being here.